Hello to all the viewers of The Pioneer. I hope you're all healthy and well. As the Pioneer team, we continue to bring you the latest updates from the hot conflict zones. Our focus today is on the Kursk region, where tensions between Russia and Ukraine have taken a new dimension. In recent days, the Ukrainian army's special operations in the region have led to a great deal of repercussions in both military and civilian circles. These operations continue with remarkable developments in the strategically important Kursk, Bryansk and Belgorod regions, where clashes have intensified. Thanks to these operations, the Ukrainian army is on its way to change the balance of military power on the ground and is making effective moves that threaten Russia's internal security. However, the repercussions of these operations are not limited to the front line. The Russian police have taken a remarkable step regarding the civilians living in these regions by issuing various guidelines on information security. It remains to be seen whether these guidelines are a direct result of Ukraine's operations or part of a broader Russian strategy for information warfare. These warnings to the civilian population reveal that the war is not only being fought on the physical front, but also on the digital and psychological fronts. Information security is of vital importance, especially in times of war. Limiting access to information, spreading disinformation, or manipulating information can directly affect the outcome of a war. In the coming minutes, we'll take an in-depth look behind the scenes of these critical developments and the possible consequences of the Ukrainian army's operations in Kursk. What did these new Russian steps on information security mean? How do Ukraine's military operations affect Russia's internal security? We'll look for answers to these and other questions, while also exploring possible future scenarios. How will the course of the war, both on the ground and in the digital world, shape the course of this war? Let's look for answers to these questions together. Before moving on to our report, here's a small reminder. As the Pioneer team, we strive to bring you the latest developments in the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We also read all the comments you leave on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comment section. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now, let's begin if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. The Ukrainian army's operations in Kursk continue with great stability and determination. These Ukrainian military operations are weakening Russia's military presence in the border regions even more. Having lost control of strategically important regions such as Kursk, Bryansk and Belgorod, the Russian army is facing serious difficulties in the face of Ukraine's successful operations. These Ukrainian military operations not only focus on military targets, but also have a significant impact on the civilian population. The Russian military's dominance in these regions continue to weaken as the duration of the operations increases and the effectiveness of Ukrainian troops grows. In the process, Russian security forces have issued a series of measures and directives to warn civilians and protect them against various risks in areas where they are losing control. These warnings by Russian security forces against civilians can be considered as a direct reflection of the Ukrainian army's success on the ground. Russian authorities are urging people living in the region to be prepared for potential dangers and to take security measures. Among the prominent warnings, the issues of information security and protection of personal privacy stand out in particular. This shows that Russia is fighting the war not only on the ground, but also on the digital and psychological fronts. Russian security forces have warned civilians against using dating apps. The reason behind this warning is the concern that such apps could be monitored by the Ukrainian armed forces and users could be located. Dating apps as platforms where individuals share their personal information and geographical location can become a point of vulnerability in times of war. Russian authorities therefore advise citizens in the region to stay away from such apps and not risk their safety. In addition, the security forces have asked the civilian population to turn off their security cameras. It is thought that the Ukrainian armed forces can track military activity in the region through such cameras and gain strategic advantage. The activation of surveillance cameras, especially in border regions, could play a critical role in the Ukrainian military's planning of operations. Therefore, Russian authorities are urging the public to turn off surveillance cameras and keep their activities more secret in order to minimize these risks. Turning off geolocation services is yet another important instruction issued by the security forces. Cell phones and other mobile devices share their geolocation, making the user's locations pinpointable. This can provide critical information for the Ukrainian military's targeting and operations. For this reason, Russian security forces are advising civilians to disable geolocation services and remain as anonymous as possible. One of the most striking warnings is that the public should not go through their phone books. This is a critical detail for Russian internal security and military operations. Information about members of law enforcement or the military in phone books could accidentally fall into the hands of Ukrainian forces. Russian authorities have warned that the consequences of such negligence could be severe and urged the public to be more careful and attentive. These warnings reveal the effectiveness of the Ukrainian army's operations in and out of Kursk. In addition to military operations, the Russian army has been forced to take serious measures in terms of information security in areas where it has lost control. Ukraine's operations has become a threat to Russia's internal security. This can be considered as a sign of a new phase in the course of the war. According to the latest reports, a Ukrainian fighter jet targeted a strategic underground control point in Russia's Kursk Oblast. This operation stands out due to a precision strike carried out by the Ukrainian Air Force using AASM Hammer guided aerial bombs. With this move, Ukraine has begun to increase its influence in Russia's airspace. This type of guided aerial bombs are known for their high accuracy and precision against their target. Thanks to its advanced guidance system, the AASM Hammer can successfully destroy the target by overcoming complex air defense systems. The way Ukraine carried out this attack can be seen not only as a military victory, but also as an attempt to gain psychological superiority. This attack has shaken Russia's security precision and once again demonstrated how advanced Ukraine's operational capabilities are. How should the warnings of the Russian security service to the Russian people be evaluated? Has the Ukrainian military operation achieved its goal? How should the operations of Ukrainian warplanes in Russian airspace be evaluated? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your point of view.